lens pack for 10 to 18. The lens is already connected and I just need to show you what's inside the box. Paperwork. And a lot of other paperwork. And I have 3 more lenses that I bought before. I want to show you them. This is the Kamlan. This is 50mm f1.1. This is f1.1. This is heavy. Usually the prime lenses are heavy. So as this one. So I have 4 lenses that you can see the qualities and performance in this video. This is the first one, and then this is the kit lens that I got before. This is 16 to 50 millimeter. I didn't use it much. This is my prime lens, 30mm Sony macro. Yeah, and finally the last lens, which is connected to the camera right now, which is 10 to 18mm f4, and this is pretty wide and this is serving me very well. We'll also have some footages and pictures of all these lenses. In this video I'll take a deep dive of Sony's newest camera, which is designed for creators. It was a little bit difficult to get one of this because of the global chip shortage, but now you can get it fairly easily. In this video we'll take a look at the performance of ZV-E10 and its future, and I'll try to evaluate how well it meets the requirement for modern content creation. The first thing that made it stand out is its portability. It is very small and lightweight, like 343 grams, which made it the lightest interchangeable camera ever. It feels plasticky, and I can't really say that it feels like a premium product, but it doesn't feel cheap or low quality either. The rotating screen made it outstanding in the market. This is not weather sealed, but that would be too much if you ask at this price point. ZV-E10 uses a well-known 24 megapixel APS-C sensor, which is the same as its previous generation. It is not a huge upgrade from its predecessor like A6400 or A6600, but it maintains a standard of 2022. Surprisingly, ISO 3200 is usable, and I also found in many cases ISO 6400 is also pretty usable. I was almost buying a Sony full frame, but whenever I started to use this camera in real world, it changed my mind. The 4K video downsampled from 6K in 30 frames per second blew my mind. Again, it's a complete different beast than any other smartphone or action camera or any other consumer device which shoots in 4K30, because having an APS-C sensor processing power which is not available at this price point. You can use aperture priority mode in this camera, which is very rare in other camera brands such as Sony M50 or EOS R60, which is enough reason to choose it. Personally, a weakness of this technology is that you get rolling shutter, like terrible rolling shutter. If you move your hand like this, like a fast car, you will have totally garbage footage, which is a problem in this camera. It is especially useful for vlogging, where it incredibly performs well. There are 3 ways to stabilize the footage. The First one is the easiest one, which is optical image stabilization. The kit lens that came with it, it has optical image stabilization technology. This mode is basically digital stabilization, which is very effective, but it has 1.4 times crop, which is huge. And personally, I don't use it and I don't even recommend it, but I will suggest you to use Catalyst Browse, which is super awesome, and you'll get gimbal-like footage if you use Catalyst Browse, and it'll make 10% crop. But if you use a wide-angle lens, like right now I'm using this 10 to 18 mm f4, it will save your back. This is a handheld test of Sony ZV-E10 for stabilization. Now I'm using the f4 10 to 18 mm. This is full arms stretched. This is active stabilization with full arms stretched. I think this is tight. This is a standard stabilization with the Sony ZV-E10 using 10 to 18 mm at 10 mm f4. I will spoil this review a little bit, and I'll say that this is the only significant complaint that I have about this camera is it has no APS. My iPhone 12 Pro Max has even better image stabilization than this camera, and both of these devices have the same price point. Using Catalyst Browse or a gimbal is an extra step that nobody wants to do, especially when you are a newbie in filmmaking. There is no viewfinder in ZV-E10, which is a correct choice for me. I found the LCD screen is way more usable than the viewfinder, and it's not super sharp or bright, but it serves its purpose. The touchscreen only works while focusing and nothing else. Sony has always a bad reputation for its menu system, and this camera is no change. I personally found the menu system is difficult, and the battery life is ready to shoot about 450 shots, which is not ideal for most situations, and you can record up to 80 minutes of 4K footage on a full charge, which is very short in my opinion. The thing is, it never overheats, which is very charming, and another significant reason to get it in your closet. But you might end up buying some extra batteries at the end. The autofocus is pretty much perfect for its intended purpose, and it's not disappointing me at all. In good lighting condition, it always locks my eyes. No matter how much I move, like probably you can have a good idea right now. I never even found this much good autofocus capability in any of my previous cameras before, not even in my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Surely I can tell this is intended for vloggers and studio atmosphere. I can recommend this camera to those who normally use their smartphone but also want to have something better for special occasions. I think this is indeed a very suitable device for a content creator, and I can highly recommend it for the camera enthusiast as well. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you found something useful in this video, and in that case consider subscribing in this channel and never miss out any of my future content. Feel free to ask anything or share your opinion about this camera, and see you in the next video.